Hey, what's up, James? This is Steven. We spoke a little bit ago. Depending on when you watch this, it was Thursday morning. Hey, I am reshooting this video after we talked because I wanted to go over a few other things. Seeing that you're working with another company, I wanted to give you a little bit more information. But hey, in this video, basically, I'm just going to show you three things that you could do to really start bringing in more high quality jobs. So at the end of this video, if you do find value in this, like I said, you can even pass this information on to Easy Local, or you could just give me a call. But either way, I'll get right into it. The three things I'm going to go over are content, citations, and backlinks. So content is basically everything on your front page here. Now, most business owners, they understand the importance of content on a homepage, but they're not really sure how much content or what type of content that Google is looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a word counter here. Let's see how many words you have. Hold on your front page. So I'm going to go ahead and copy all your words, top to bottom. Let's throw it in here. Sorry, I should have had this up already. So you've got a good amount. You got 1,193 words. So why is this important? Now, Google, they like to see at least 1,500 words of content on a homepage. And this is kind of industry specific. But on most service-based industries, that's what they like to see. It gives you plenty of room to put in these buyer intent keywords and keyword phrases. That's basically what people are searching for when they're searching for your services with an intent to buy it. And that's what we're looking for. So I went ahead and pulled up the main competitor here, which I'm sure everybody is aware of, is Stanley Steamer. And this is their Wilmington locations page. And I plugged them into a tool that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. And this tool gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google actually uses to rank websites. So their Wilmington location page was found over the past 30 days for 42 keywords, and they were clicked on 344 times because of that. So I went ahead and put you all in the same tool here. I was doing a little bit more research after I talked to you, so bear with me here. HB, yeah. Okay. And so I plugged you into this tool. And over the past 30 days, your site was found for 23 keywords and it was clicked on 56 times. So what we can do with this tool is we can actually go back to Stanley Steamer's location page and click on their keywords and see exactly what they're being found for. And what we want to pay attention to here are these keywords with the location behind it. You always want Wilmington or Wilmington, NC. And I don't think there's any other Wilmingtons in the United States. Maybe there is. I'd have to look into that. But I don't. Some of these you want to make sure like the state is behind it. I don't think it really matters with this. But as you can see, carpet cleaning, Wilmington, NC. This term alone was searched 500 times in the last 30 days, and Stanley Steamer's site was clicked on 93 times. So basically, we'd want to go down this list and grab all those buyer intent location-based keywords and phrases and put them on your site if you don't have them already. But let's go ahead and see what you got. So we'll click on your keywords. So you got the big one there that's 500, but we'd want to stare and compare. We want to go and see what they have, see if there's any they have that you don't, and we want to put them on your site. And the thing is, we don't want to just put it on once. We'd want to actually go to Stanley Steamer's site and see how many times they have it on their locations page. And so they most likely only have it on once, but sometimes there's a couple times. So you'd want to determine which ones are on once, and the ones that are on once, you can go ahead and sneak them on twice on your site. And what's really cool too is a trick you can, these pictures right here, that's considered content to Google. So to us, it's just a picture. To Google, they see whatever it's saved as. So you can save these pictures as keywords as well. So that'll add up. So you just want to beat them out on content. You want to have actually more content on your website than your main competitor, and you want those keywords on more than once if you can as well. And that would actually put you in a dominant state as far as content is concerned. Now, the next thing I'd like to go over are citations. So when people are searching These terms like carpet cleaning, Wilmington, NC, that's that one that got the 500 search volume in the past 30 days. Studies have shown by Google that right around 45% of people searching these terms are going to be clicking on one of these businesses. Now, a lot of people are under the assumption that it's reviews that get you up in here. And while that might play a very small part, it's really, that's not what does it. And it's not pictures on your Google business profile. It's all about citations. And what is a citation? Citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. A directory is something like Yelp, Angie, white pages, yellow pages. There's a ton of them, and I'm sure you have quite a few, especially if you're working with a company already. But we usually see that it's the businesses that have like between 300 and 400 citations that actually tend to dominate this pack here. Now, the good news is there's tools available that will allow us to see what and how many citations each of these businesses have. So we can actually go in and see what Stanley Steamer has for that location, that Wilmington location. And say, for example, they have 250 citations. You can go down the list and find all the ones you don't have and match them. And then when you're done with that, you want to beat them out by at least 50 to, I'd say, 100 more citations. That way you have the most citations and you'll end up getting in here as well and getting a piece of that 45% that's being clicked on here. So the last thing is backlinks. Now this is a little bit skewed here. This should be Stanley Steamer, but I've been clicking around a bunch and it skews my cache, I guess, because if you notice, if you click on your business enough, it'll actually come up in first place. But that's not organic. This tool will actually even tell you who's in first place organically. And so we'll go ahead and click on that keyword. And I'm sorry, it's taking a while. So it'll tell you Stanley Steamer, their location page is the #1 spot. So just keep that in mind while I'm showing you this. So this spot right here gets the most clicks out of any other spot on this page, right around 40%, whereas this map pack gets about 45%, but it's split up between the three. And sometimes there's an ad in here too, so it'll make it 4, so it splits up even more. But this is right around, give or take, 40% of clicks. And the main driver here are backlinks. So what are backlinks? It's other relevant sites linking back to your website, and they work like online referrals. And the more relevant that site is that links back to you, it's the better, right? So for example, let's say you have a local blog page in Wilmington or a popular industry site, like a pest control site that's huge, that's linking back to you. That's what's actually going to help push you up in the rankings. But since you are a carpet cleaning business, it say like McDonald's is linking back to you. That really does you no good, because even though McDonald's gets a lot of traffic and it's very popular, you guys don't sell burgers, so you're not going to get ranked accordingly. They're not going to rank you high on carpet cleaning searches just because a popular burger site is linking to you, if that makes sense. So let's go back and revisit this tool I was using, and this is Stanley Steamer, and this is where it gets tricky with these really big nationwide companies. So usually, and it still is, and I'll explain, but backlinks are the main driver, like I said. So they don't have a whole lot of backlinks on, pointing towards their location page from outside websites. Let's look at your backlink here. What we call backlink profile. Hold on. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here, but wanted to make you a pretty comprehensive video. Hold on one second. Sorry. Well, while we're waiting for that, there we go. So your backlinks, you currently have 87 backlinks coming from 70 sites. So you should be beating them out here, but I just want to show you, and I usually don't show this, but it's very relevant here. This DR, this stands for domain ranking. So there's what we call internal linking. So it's a type of backlinking, and so this DR, they're getting power from their home site. So they're getting a bunch of links just internally. And so since they're already a pretty popular company, they're drawing a lot of power and authority through that, if it makes sense. Doesn't mean they can't be beaten. Like with enough good backlinks of your own, you can beat them, but it would take a little bit of work and a little bit of time, right? So usually I don't have to explain that, but in this case, I felt like I had to. So now, if you were to do that and get enough backlinks and with the right content, you would actually start ranking up towards the top of the organic list here. And with the right citations and the right amount of citations, like between 300 and 400, you could rank in this map pack as well. So, because right now, Stanley Steamer, they're the authority when it comes to carpet cleaning in the Wilmington area, but with enough work, you could be as well. So, let's just kind of recap what we went over. You want at least 1,500 words of content on your homepage with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second is going to be citations. You want to be in at least 300 to 400 directories, but we'd have to see exactly what our competition has. But usually that's enough to get you up on the top in the map pack and get you part of that 45%. And then backlinks. You want more relevant sites linking back to your website to really start climbing the rankings here in on the Google's organic search results right here, right? So if you were to do that and it was done effectively, you could definitely become number one. Now, like I said, you can take this information and you could just pass it on to your other guys, or you can give me a call or implement it yourself. Either way is fine. Again, my name's Steven. I live right here in North Carolina, just outside of Fayetteville. You can reply back to this email. You can give me a call at 910-551-2006. I hope this was educational for you and it showed you some stuff that gives you a clearer understanding of how SEO works and ranking pages. And I'd like to hear back from you either way. Even if you don't want to work with me, I'd like to get your input on the video. Just let me know how I did. But either way, James, I appreciate your time and take care. Bye-bye.